Trade recap. Nice little 6RR on the day, but I hate to break it to you guys. Uh, Even though I'm up 6RR, and this is probably going to be another record month, I'm actually unprofitable. So yeah, even though I'm helping you guys get payouts and all that, and helping you guys become good traders, I'm actually unprofitable. If you guys didn't know, so yeah. H5 will understand that reference. Everybody else is probably really confused. But anyways, so going into the week on YM, I'm expecting continuation, right? Because I mean, if we just look at the weekly time frame, we're ripping. You know what I mean? Like we're ripping. So I'm expecting continuation. Not necessarily maybe this week. I do think we're gonna hit previous week high, but it's possible that we get a new phase of price. But with me expecting some sort of continuation, or just at least for us to take previous week high, I was expecting the week to open low. Okay, so I was gonna be bearish going into today, but we actually retraced a little bit more than I thought we would on NQ. I thought honestly, if I thought that we were really just gonna chop around in Asia and then London was gonna give us some manipulation and then we could take some shorts, but that's not what happened. But anyways, getting into today, kind of mixed biases today. I was bearish on YM and then bullish on NQ. Um, I think it's called decoupled assets or some shit like that. Whenever like YM is going one way and Q is going the other, like when they're not correlated, it's called decoupled assets or something like that. I don't know. So today they were decoupled for a while, but now they're following each other. But anyways, let's get into the actual trade. I'm fucking rambling. So I was expecting a open low today for sure. Going into market open, we had this 4-hour CISD to the downside, and we really had nothing to trade away from. Like, yes, we're filling this 4-hour for value gap, but if we look at NQ and we just compare the 4 hours, there's no SMTs or anything like that that's telling me that we're going to trade away from anything. Now, what we did get was NQ closed above. Now, this wasn't until 10 a.m., but closed above, and we were getting this sweep. So what I wanted to see is some sort of 4-hour SMT, and obviously YM was our weakest asset. So I wanted to see YM give us manipulation of the previous 4-hour low at 10 a.m. So that was literally the whole reason I was looking to go short on YM. And then we can just kind of break down these SMTs. We had this SMT. This obviously got disrespected because NQ was ripping. And then we had this previous 30-minute SMT pretty much as soon as 10 a.m. opened. And yeah, it was really simple entry. Let's take a look at 9:30 market open. So 9:30 gives us manipulation to the upside. We close back below 9:30, giving us this 5-minute CISD. I am kind of retarded. I should have entered off this. I'm not. I really don't know why I didn't, if I'm going to be completely honest. But it's fine. We still caught the move. So we reacted off this 5-minute CISD, and I wanted to see, obviously, like I said, 10 a.m. deliver lower. So I wanted to be in this trade before 10 a.m. because I was expecting 10 a.m. to do what it did, give us this massive down close candle, which if I'm not in before that happens, I'm probably not going to get it in the trade in general, right? So I wanted to be in before 10 o'clock. Now, I missed my entry on the 5-minute CISD, like I said. So what did I do? I used an old entry model. Yes, an entry model I haven't used in ages. This is literally what I used to enter off of. Obviously, with, I use narrative and all that. But what I used to enter off of is we would have a fair value gap. And if it's a bearish fair value gap, I would wait for a bullish candle in and a bearish candle out. And that would be my entry. So we had a bullish candle into the fair value gap, bearish candle close, and I just ended up market ordering. Got a pretty good fill. And then my target, super simple, this 4-hour candle equilibrium. Because there's not really that, like, I can't really target anything. I could have targeted previous day equilibrium, but obviously that's ridiculous to target that. Like, that's insane. So, but yeah, that was the YM trade. Super simple. Not a bunch of high time frame narrative on this one. Kind of more of just wanting to see YM manipulate. Because, like I said, there was nothing for us to trade away from. We had no SMT or anything like that. So I wanted to see an SMT on the 4-hour, and that's why I was looking for YM shorts. But moving on to NQ. NQ, we have a little bit more high time frame narrative on this one. This was obviously the better trade. If I were to tell you guys to take, like, if I were to explain only one out of the two of these trades, I would say NQ is definitely the one that I would want you guys to take, not YM. YM's kind of more of a, I mean, I keep saying this, but it's true. It's kind of more of a market intuition trade. But anyways, going into today, market open, NQ was our strongest asset. Like I said, I wanted to see YM manipulate. So I wanted to see an SMT with the previous 4 hour, and I wanted to see longs up to daily open, because if we take a look at the daily, this is a pretty large wick. So past daily open, we are just not going to expand. There's just absolutely no way. Absolutely no way. So going to 10 o'clock, we had this 4 hour close above. So this is C1, C2. So I'm expecting C3 to give me some expansion. I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but C3 giving us this entire move. Not exactly sure if I was expecting this much of expansion off C3, but it does make sense just because daily open is our target. So like us getting a C4 to the upside is extremely unlikely, right? But market opens, I mean, not market open, sorry. Well, actually, we can talk about market open. All right, so market open, YM kind of, I mean, not NQ kind of chopping around, right? And what did YM do? We just looked at it. Market open on YM gave us manipulation to the upside. Where is it? Here. So we get manipulation to the upside, and right when 10 o'clock opens, pretty much, we sweep previous 4 hour candle. Okay. Now, after that happens, as it's happening, actually, what do we get? We get a strength switch. So we have an SMT with previous 4 hour. We have a strength switch. So everything I need to know that NQ is going to expand to daily open is there. Now, you could have taken any one of these entries. I think Light took this. You guys thought break even like a donut, though. You could have taken this if you wanted to, because we already had the strength switch, and it's extremely likely that we get this SMT right. But the SMT wasn't put in by the time he took the trade, so that's why I didn't take it. And also I kind of wanted to just take some sort of continuation play, and I was also in YM short, so I wasn't fully paying attention to NQ. But if we break it down, all we had was the SMT with the 4 hour, right? So we have our intermediate term SMT to trade away from, but we don't have any short term SMTs to trade away from. So there's no low besides this 4 hour low all the way down here that I'm like, okay, I'm confident for us to trade away from it, right? So that's what I waited for. I needed to see a low that I was confident we were going to trade away from. And we got that, I believe, at 10:30. Yeah. So if we look at the 10 o'clock candle, see 10:30 took 10 o'clock, so we had this SMT. And then also, if we take a look at ES, I rarely use ES anymore, to be honest, but it was definitely good to use today. All right, where's this shit at? 10:20. All right, so you can see the 10:20 low right here. ES looked ugly as shit today, so it's kind of hard to see. But 10:20 right here, this low gets taken on ES, so we have another SMT. So we have an SMT with previous 30-minute, and we have an SMT with these kind of accumulation lows. And yeah, once we get that, I actually entered purely off the SMT. We already had the CISC to the upside that I needed to see. This one right here, and then we also closed above on the 3-minute. So we had the CISC that I needed to see for continuation. I didn't want to enter without an SMT. So once we get the SMT, I literally market ordered. My stop loss, yes, I put my stop loss a little bit past this low because me entering purely off an SMT and not a continuation, I wanted to give price room to manipulate, right? Then yeah, pretty simple. We get our expansion, we get our continuation here. I think this is like the first trade since I made the rule of not going break even that has actually like helped. Fucking finally. Because old me would have gone break even as soon as we took this high. I would have got stop break even. I would have missed out on 3R. So I'd have been pretty pissed. But we get this continuation. It looks like we're going to manipulate this high, but we respect the CISD, give us a push up. And once we get back above these highs, it's pretty much set in stone that we're going to daily open. So yeah, that's the trade recap for today. 6RR. Yeah, H5 can tell you guys though. 6RR. You guys doing pretty well, getting payouts, but regardless of that, in that proof in the pudding, I'm still a very unprofitable trader, and I suck at trading. And you guys should leave the Discord and never listen to anything I ever say ever again. That's a trader cap. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. All right.